Uh, my name is Mike Jusick. I'm 29 years old. Do I have to look at the camera during this?
No.
Good. My name is Mike Jusick. I'm 29 years old. I'm now an auto mechanic. I'm also an aspiring painter, filmmaker, video maker, writer, director.
Renaissance man.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay.
I was raised in a large Polish family that generally all lived on the same block and in the same neighborhood. All the men in the family were in the automotive industry at one time or another. Every garage in the neighborhood had a car that was torn apart or being rebuilt or being raced or something. And I was hanging out in garages since I could walk. You know, these were the guys that I idolized, you know. I mean, these were my heroes. They were all, you know, beer drinking, you know, gearhead, tough guys with, you know, grease underneath their fingernails and tattoos and all that. And at the tender age of 15, I discovered drinking, smoking, and sex all in one summer. 3 vices which still plague me today. The males introduced me to the automotive thing and all that. And my mom was always doing stuff with us, you know, with me and my sister to build like our creative energies. So I could draw ever since I could hold a pencil. So I drew and painted a lot, and she kind of reinforced that. I went to the Art Institute. I was painting, which 2 years of that, you know, my work was kind of bashed by everyone because I just didn't fit their clique, you know. And that's why my stuff was seen as so simple, and it was only seen as a I don't know, people used to get offended by it, you know, at the Art Institute. They used to get offended by it. I mean, just like this one here, it's like, you know, one woman said something to the effect of like, well, how would you like it if your mother was presented in that? First of all, it's like if my mother was ever painted like this, it wouldn't be her because she probably never looked like that. Second of all, it's like, it's nobody's mother, you know? I mean, this is paint on a piece of board, you know. I mean, this isn't a person. This isn't, you know. I mean, at most you could say it's, you know, it's a representation of a human form, you know. But it isn't like it's alive or it's real, you know. And I thought to myself, I mean, what a bunch of shit, you know. It's like. And I mean, of course, she was some wacky feminist, which, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against feminists, but it's like, you know, I mean, this is just the way things were presented to me. This is the way a lot of things were represented back in the 60s and 70s. I mean, I grew up in the 70s, but I mean, most of the stuff I was looking at was 10 years old. You know, I mean, I used to love looking at old Life magazines from the early 60s. And I don't know what it is. It was kind of like a weird, naive, conservative optimism, if that makes any sense. And then the late 60s, all that just got blown away. And I still don't understand, but ever since I could remember, I was attracted to those images from the early 60s and kind of like the 50s. That was a pretty unique time, you know? I don't know, Elvis, I think, is kind of like the whole Elvis thing has just been blown so heavily out of proportion that Elvis has become like kind of like the hillbilly messiah, you know what I mean? He is like he's like Jesus Christ to every trailer park dweller in this country. I mean, I don't know how things are internationally for him, you know, but it's kind of like, yeah, and I really don't think, I mean, I think he was a really misunderstood, tortured guy. I mean, how do you get that big and then like have anybody expect you to be even close to being normal? But to me, you know, the whole entertainment industry is just completely screwing things up. I know there is no aesthetic quality to most of your Hollywood films today. And what does your average American consider like high art when it comes to painting or things like that? I don't even know. You know, I don't even have a clue, but I just know that most people that would walk into, you know, the Museum of Contemporary Art wouldn't know what the hell they're looking at, would not understand a word of it, and probably would look at it and think, this is garbage, I'm moving on. You know, give me Norman Rockwell or something. Yeah, I mean, maybe what we need is like a big, you know, renaissance. You know, maybe we need a big reawakening. And, you know, I can't foresee it happening. You know, but something's got to happen because things just ain't looking real good. Did I ruin that? Because I looked at the camera and I stopped basically because I had nothing else to say, but I kind of was rolling. So I didn't fuck anything up, did I?
No.
Give me a light, will you? I've been dying to light this cigarette the past 10 minutes.